So I was doing a lot of research on the microbiome, which is the mass of bacteria that live in our large intestine that coordinate with our immune system and our endocrine system and keep us in good health. And it led me through a series of kind of deep dives into an understanding of what I call feral tissue that I want to share with you and your audience. And so what I've done is I've created a logo, which is actually a map. And the map is how I think feral tissue forms, and then how we can hopefully bring it back to a state of normalcy. So let's start at the bottom where you see good health. That's where we want to start. It's where we want to get back to. On the outside, you're going to see some words, and those are the 6 programs that I think feral tissue goes through on its path towards becoming more and more feral. And so those are 6 programs we want to undo, and we'll go through each of those. And then those 3 things in the center are the 3 main triggers for causing these programs to activate. So, and then they're color coded, right? So the one that says SCFA, that stands for short chain fatty acids, and it's brown because short chain fatty acids are found in fecal matter. So there's the reminder there. And so what happens is in a good gut, in the microbiome, your stool has got a pH of like 6.2, and you're making short chain fatty acids, and that would be things like lactic acid. We talked about that one, right? But also butyric acid, propionic acid, and acetic acid. And these things go through the body and regulate all sorts of receptors. There are things on the outside of cells called receptors, and they're how the body can interact with the cells to get genes to turn off and on. So when you think of something like that is called epigenetic, in a lot of ways, the epigenetics, they are mediated by these receptors. And short chain fatty acids activate receptors in a very good way. They think of it as, if every cell has thousands of receptors, they're sort of like little dials on a machine, and the short chain fatty acids make sure all the dials are set to health. Now, what happens is a lot of people don't make enough short chain fatty acids, or they make the wrong types. And again, check your stool pH. That will give you a rough sense of what your gut's doing. And so when there aren't enough short chain fatty acids, the body says, okay, well, I need them to activate my cells properly. Maybe what I can do is I can put more receptors out on my cells. It's sort of like, if you're trying to fish in a place that doesn't have much fish, but you have to feed your family, and one fishing rod's not doing it anymore,